Second touchdown of the year by the Eskimo defense. They had 7 last year. Ryan Smith on the return. Up to the 30-yard line. Under 5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
All Canadian the last 3 years. Patrick Watkins, the bottom of your screen, 9 dropped for the Edmonton Eskimos. And double coverage.
Second interception of the year. John Ojo, the other Eskimo, with the interception return for a touchdown. Here's the pressure on Smith. Tries the screen. Look out. Another one. J.C. Sherritt has got this one. And a touchdown saving tackle by Anthony Allen. As it starts to unspool for the Roughriders here in the third quarter.
Yeah, defense imposing its will now. I think that ball was tipped on the screen pass, bounced right up and through the hands and into the hands of J.C. Sherritt. Pressure coming off the edge from Marcel Young, and was that ball tipped?
Off the fingertips of the intended target, Anthony Allen, it looked like.
The pressure calls the throw.
And Nichols in the score zone, into the end zone, incomplete. Wanted Bowman and Jeff Tisdale there defensively.
Take a look at the one-on-one matchup between Tisdale and Darius Bowman. They'll move Bowman around. He's not just lined up at that slot back position. Little hand fighting. They'll let that go. Boy, he almost made that with one hand.
Eskimos 3 for 3 last week in the red zone. Get a challenge here. Looks like Chris Jones has challenged for the first time this season. Wants Al Bradbury in the command center to have another look.
Edmonton is challenging the previous play for defensive pass interference. This will be reviewed.
75% of the challenges this year have been for pass interference. Defensive pass interference, of course. Take a look. Like the early one in Aaron Grimes, I don't see it.
Again, early in the year, I think they call that, and now it looks like they want to let them play a little bit more.
Well, you've got to. I mean, you know, I think if you ask Jeff Tisdale or Darius Bowman, they'd say they want to decide the outcome of the game and not put it in the hands of the officials with contact, slapping hands, and things like that. We'll see. You're right. Early in the year.
But everybody's watching these
After
decisions.
Review, it has been confirmed there is no pass interference. Incomplete pass.
In my opinion, the right call. Yeah, the standard is being set, and the hand fighting.
Or more accurately, excuse me, so it's being reset. Or
exactly, because that's not a rule change. Defensive pass interference in that challenge is not a change. But it became clearer with the contact rule and when it left, and there was, I think, in that transition between that 5 yards and the DPI as to the officials finding that standard again.
So it's second and goal. Nichols, that one batted down.
Well, stop the momentum anyway. It just.
Alex Hall's had a knockdown. Now John Chick.
One sack for John Chick in this game in the first half, and then now that knockdown.
So the defense does its job and forces Grant Shaw on to attempt another field goal. This from 14 yards out. And he's 3 for 3 on the night. Well, Whitecaps FC action returns tomorrow. Seattle and the Whitecaps. Kickoff live at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on TSN 1. Back-to-back interceptions tossed by Brett Smith, and now it's an 18-point lead for the Eskimos.
So you're in your rookie start. You're on the road against a very, very good defense. Turns the ball over. You've got a couple interceptions, back-to-back series. You got to bounce back from that adversity. That's the task at hand for Brett Smith.
Edmonton now with 53 points off turnovers this year. The Roughriders have 3 points off turnovers.
They only have 2 coming in.
Eskimos showing pressure. Handoff inside, and Anthony Allen stretches out looking for maybe 2 yards.
When the Edmonton Eskimos load up the line of scrimmage like that, you know, and again, I'll go back to what Paul LaPolice said about outnumbering the blockers up front. That's true. But they're also at times right on the line of scrimmage. And if a running back, even if you're outnumbered, gets a crease, there's not a second level.
Seen one explosive run in this game from Messam, 21 yards. 2nd and 9. Guns that to Getzlaff. He's got the catch and has the first down.
Just like the interception, but in the interception to Patrick Watkins, Brett Smith saw the pressure and felt like he saw ghosts because he only had 3-man pressure. Go ahead and run it, guys. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, stop it here. Now you've got 1, 2, 3. This time, Brett Smith is patient. He's learned from that mistake that he made throwing the pick to Patrick Watkins. Had lots of time, stepped up and found Getzlaff.
First down at the 46. Releasing is Allen. Pass is incomplete.
Well, boy, this defense, there's a lot of ways they can beat you. The best cover man and all-star at corner, Patrick Watkins. And by the way, Patrick Watkins, and I had to take a double check because you don't often see a corner leading the team in tackles after 4 games. But number 9 led the team coming in with 18. He now has an interception for a touchdown. So they can beat you if you try and go against some of their top defensive backs. And then that front 4 gets after it.
Hard to find a weakness in that group. Most of them together for a 2nd straight year under Chris Jones. Here comes the heat. And down he goes. Don Oramacion has the sack.
That's part of the key to their success up front is the rotation. Whether they bring Willie Jefferson in for Odell Willis or Marcus Howard or Don Oramacion coming in and rotating for one of the interior guys, Amondo Sewell or Eddie Steele. And at times they'll all play in different combinations together. Steele with a nice push caused the problems initially.
First sack of the year for Oramacion. Early to boot. Kendall Lawrence awaits. And backpedals Lawrence to the 17, a 57-yard boot, and good cover downfield. Jeff Knox leading the charge.
One thing you learn when you're a rookie in the Canadian Football League for the first time is that you might be starting linebacker and won that job, but you still have to cover kicks.
Michael Carter actually beat Knox downfield. They did a great job on punt cover against Brandon Banks last week.
While the ball was in flight, holding Edmonton, number 25. Then your penalty, first down.
And a penalty will back it up a little further as Mike Miller, fullback and special teams guy for the Eskimos, gets called on the hold. So Matt Nichols hasn't had to work too hard to expand this lead here in the second half. Watkins adding the major score, and then Eskimos settling for a field goal on their last possession into the hands of Stafford. And second effort, yards after the catch for Stafford, and a first down.
Now 24 for 30 is Matt Nichols. As he inches or gets closer to the 300-yard mark passing, 214 yards in 3 quarters. Been impressed with Kenny Stafford. It's safe to say he's arrived.
Gives them a little breathing room up at the 19 and a first down. Into the hands of Shakir Bell, and he gets wrestled down by Knox. Flag in the backfield.
Going against Edmonton on a holding.
By the way, the Eskimos with 7 penalties and 9 penalties in their last 2 games had cut that down
Holding.
Considerably.
Edmonton, number 52. Half the distance to goal. Still first down.
Yeah, they really did when you consider their first 2 games at 35 penalties. So
Alex Krosnick draws the 6th Eskimo penalty of the night.
that cuts that down in a big way.
Former Rider.
And one of the reasons they've won 3 in a row.
So 2nd and 20, back at the 9. Nichols over the middle. Catch made. And this should be the final play of the quarter. Catch made by Kendall Lawrence, who has been quiet tonight in the offense. Well, the defense chips in a touchdown in the 3rd quarter, and another interception leads to 3 more points. And it's 23-5 for the home side heading to the 4th quarter at Commonwealth. Through 45 minutes here at Commonwealth, and there are the numbers.
You know, I'm going to look at the passing numbers for Matt Nichols, and his completion percent is pretty good tonight. And when the Edmonton Eskimos, who haven't really established the run either, just 28 yards rushing on 7 carries for Shakir Bell, then you are forced to be in second and long a lot. Got to throw the football on time and in the right places, and I think Matt Nichols done a pretty good job of that tonight.
Of course, all the focus was on the quarterbacks. Nichols trying to secure his starting job, and Brett Smith, I guess those are numbers you'd expect for a guy making a debut against such a stout defense.
Yeah, you know, I thought he had a pretty good first half, as Sir Milt Stegall talked about as well. But you know, a young quarterback in his first start is going to make a mistake or 2, and his first one was the interception he threw to the outside, and Patrick Watkins.
2nd down, Nichols on a roll, throwing it, and Bowman's got it. That looked like a dangerous throw, but he finds Bowman for another connection that gets Bowman over 100 and gets Nichols a fresh set of downs.
Throw on the run, and he put it right on the sideline to Bowman. That should put him over 100. Tough throw to make, too, because you're rolling to your left. Got to get that lead shoulder around and rotate through it.
Bowman came into the game 42 yards shy of last year's pace, which ended up leading the league. That pass thrown away with pressure on. But Bowman's making up a little of that tonight. At 111, his second 100-yard game of the year and 22nd in his career.
A lot of those crossing routes, intermediate stuff. You see the long was 23. But those are sometimes the tougher catches. Most of the time, the tougher catches.
2nd and 10 from the 31. Here comes pressure, and they get to Nichols again. Pass rush has got to the quarterback tonight. Jeff Knox in the neighborhood, and the rookie Brendan Tennant.
Yeah, this is an area of improvement for Saskatchewan. I'm sure Corey Chamberlain will say that there are no moral victories, or when you're 0-5, you're just desperately searching for that first W. But Alex Hall's had his best game of the 2015 campaign, and John Chick had gone 4 straight without a sack, got 1 tonight as well.
5th sack of the night. They came in with 6. Dembski at his 35, 52-yard punt by Shaw, and brought down after a 5-yard return. See what Brett Smith can do in the 4th quarter.
Round and round and
And there's Carl Lewis. No wonder Patrick Watkins looked so fast returning that interception. high-profile guest at tonight's game, wearing number 9, who has been prominent on the field. Holding penalty on the return, so they start at the 28. Bouncing around is Smith under duress. Odell Willis can't corral him. And Smith will run back to the line of scrimmage and reload.
These are veteran defensive players. And talk about Patrick Watkins down at the bottom here. He shows like he's going to come on the blitz and then restart it in the cadence as Brett Smith, the quarterback. So he restarts. They come back and line up. Watkins looks to the bench, and they change the defense so that not to get beat when Brett Smith, the young quarterback, understands now that he's got a blitz from the corner coming.
Weston Dressler, who came into the game second in the league in receiving, just 2 catches so far tonight. Second down, and a pass for Dressler off his fingertips, and nearly intercepted. Koshi Mwamba had a shot at it.
Lots of different looks, lots of different fronts, lots of different numbers up front where they'll show you 7 or 8 on the line of scrimmage, then drop. But this is what Edmonton has done. They've sent 3 players on basically 3-man pass rush 13 times, 4 on 5 12 times, and then full blitzed 12 times in total.
Early kicking to Kendall Lawrence. And not a deep kick. Lawrence fields at his 44, bubbled back, and he gets taken down. So that's where Matt Nichols will scrimmage. That's better. Commonwealth becoming a tough place to win again for visiting teams, just like the old days. Matt Nichols going to air it out. Hasn't done this much tonight. And Kenny Stafford unable to catch up with that.
Like Tyree Hollins went down there. He looked like he jammed his knee or something. He was trying to chase down Kenny Stafford.
Just what the Riders need, another injury with a long list of casualties so far this year.
Tristan Jackson was dressed on the 46 but was scratched and may be available next week, but no question Hollins pulls up. Well, you're right. Edmonton Eskimos with 1 more major, right back in that 29-point spread that the last 4 games they've won by here at Commonwealth.
They've allowed 25 points in the last 11 quarters. And no touchdowns at home.
That is like the old days.
In over 350 minutes.
Equipment
There's
repair.
a guy from the old days, Dwayne Mandrusiak.
Absolutely.
Last guy that is a connection to the dynasty days of 5 in a row. Hollins is on his feet and getting an escort to the Riders bench.
And we'll put Michael Carter out here at the wide side corner. And Corey Chamberlain, halftime message was for this team to fight and not find an excuse to let Edmonton roll over them. Right now, that defense got to make a play. They've been better at getting pressure on the quarterback, but they still have to work on creating the turnovers. Saskatchewan definitely needs one now.
Again tonight, that defense has not been able to generate the takeaway. But it has been an improved night. Gave up 10 points on the first 2 Eskimo possessions. They've been tough since. Here comes the safety blitz again. Brackenridge after Nichols. And the pass is caught. And Shakir Bell up to the 50 gets 9. So pretty impressive play by Nichols to get that away under pressure.
They're going to hurry up, get on the line of scrimmage here quickly.
And Alex Hall jumps the gun, and that'll be a first down.
Penalties, 140. 15 for 110. 6.
Unless he was drawn, it'll be the 15th penalty against the Roughriders tonight.
Alex Hall was trying to shift and move around.
Offside, Saskatchewan. Number 0. 5-yard penalty. This will become first down.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Jake Dowdy didn't sort of watch the movement here, and Jake Dowdy's right behind him, the linebacker, and he's kind of trying to get him in a different spot and maybe move him back a little bit, and then he just jumps into that neutral zone.
Well, that tells the story tonight. First down and a lot of time for Nichols. Now he'll throw to the wide side. Over there is Kuhorn, and hanging on to make the defensive play is Michael Carter. Medicine Hat product. Nate Kuhorn with 3 yards into Rough Rider territory.
Yeah, just 10 catches coming into tonight. But again, I mentioned earlier, he's playing with great confidence, and 4 of those catches were for first downs. He's often that guy on the wide side that will be forgotten that as defenses fall back into deep zone coverage out there.
Here comes Brackenridge again. Nichols gets it away. Kuhorn another catch. Kuhorn another first down. Tackled by Alex Suber. He's made some highlight reel catches this year as well. I asked him about that yesterday. He says, I never make them in practice. For some reason, they just happen in the games, but this is business as usual for Kuhorn.
But you see that sort of Rob Bag, and you made that comparison earlier, Chris, that Rob Bag comparison. And if Edmonton offensively, and this offense can evolve, can move Kuhorn a little closer to the quarterback and get him in some of that change motion, I think he could have a big year.